and a very warm welcome to you. This is Afternoon Express. My name is Jeannie D and welcome to a brand new week. Now, body appearance is something that we all care about, especially when it comes to the appearance of our skin. Now, a lack of information and having skin that is not considered normal has led to the wrongful discrimination of people with various skin conditions, especially people with vitiligo, which is a skin condition in which pigment is lost from the areas of the skin. So today on the show, we chat to the founder of Spotted Beauty and vitiligo spokesmodel Boitumelo Rametsi, as well as Dr Dilshaad Asmal, to gain an understanding of vitiligo. We also meet the cast of the play Happy New Year, a hilarious, heartwarming rom-com adapted by South African icon David Kramer from the award-winning play Midsummer. Do engage with us on our social media platforms, please, and tell us something you wish people knew so that they could understand you a little bit better. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page.
Good afternoon, South Africa. My name is Balie, and on this Monday, we've got something special lined up in the kitchen, and we've got a special new chef in the building, Amanda. How are you, Amanda?
I'm great.
Girl, what have you got up your sleeve?
Today, we're going to be making some Woolworths sweet glazed chicken nuggets.
Ooh. I'm so excited to have you because you're already bringing the heat in the kitchen. I see you.
Definitely.
And obviously one of our favorites, Aya.
Yeah.
You got a sweet treat for us?
Yeah, so after her dishes, I'm going to be having mine. So I'm making a beautiful Tres-Leches. I mean, which means 3 types of milk that comes from Clover. So it's going to be a beautiful, nice, spongy cake that has a nice cream on top. It's going to be delicious.
Dinner and desserts, whether you're snacking, picnicking, you can enjoy this anywhere. I can't wait for it. Now, for our special guest today, David Kramer needs no introduction to South African audiences, and he has created numerous musicals which have been enjoyed by enormous audiences locally and internationally. His adaptation of the play Happy New Year is a musical tale of love, hope and acceptance. The quirky, hilarious rom-com stars the fabulous Bianca Flanders and Balie, who are also one of South Africa's favorite actors. Here's a quick preview of Happy New Year.
All the people in the street, they pretend that they don't know it. They pretend that they don't know it, but it's coming anyway.
And they're on their knees and praying, eyes toward the heavens, but God in heaven cannot be found. And we walk down a long street, you and I, on our tired feet, and we wish we were young again, and we wish we were young, and slowly fall, and slowly fall, and fall in love, my love, with love again, and slowly fall, and slowly fall, and fall in love, my love, with love again, and fall in love, my love, with love again.
Wow. Come on over. What a way to start the show.
Yeah, okay.
David Kramer, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on a sensational performance. You are like the curious case of Benjamin Button. I mean, you just keep on looking better and better and better each year that we see you.
Well, thank you.
But I think that's the secret to you looking fantastic, is I think you get so much happiness from your work.
I do, and working with young talent like Bianca and Dean, I mean,
Yeah.
I find that is just the best thing for me, to be you know, to be in the company of young people keeps me young, I think.
Beautiful. Tell me a little bit about how you happened upon Midsummer and then converted it, I suppose, and made it South African.
Okay, so I have a very good friend in London called Nicholas Kent.
Yeah.
And he's a very well-known director in England. And he came out about a year ago and said, you know, I'd like to do something with you. And I saw this wonderful play at the Edinburgh Festival called Midsummer, written by a Scottish playwright, David Kramer. And would I be interested in adapting it?
Yeah.
And when I read the play, I could see how it would fit in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And so we obtained the rights and I did the adaptation, and then Nicholas came out from London to direct Dean and Bianca in what we now call Happy New Year, because it's set over the New Year weekend.
But through the adaptation, like there's the Cape Town noon gun, there's so many Cape Town references.
Yes.
When it moves around, will you adapt it to other places that it goes as well?
No. Midsummer, the play, was set in Edinburgh, and it's sort of a song to Edinburgh. And when it has been done internationally, and it has been done all over the world, it's always done as an Edinburgh play.
Okay.
And we are the first to get the rights to adapt it to another city.
Okay.
So
it'll stay Cape Town.
So if we do it anywhere else, hopefully, let's say we go to Australia or something like that, then we will do it as Cape Town, just like we're doing in Melbourne.
Oh, stunning. Now, tell us a little bit about the scene that you've just done. What is happening in that moment?
This is kind of towards the end of the play, and they've kind of finished this really, really crazy wild weekend, and they're about to go off to their separate lives. So this is like the last kind of tribute to their weekend, to Cape Town. Yeah.
Tell us, let us know a little bit about your character.
Well, I played Dan. Full name is Daniel Osmond Oliver Mansfield, also known as Doom, or Giffy if you want. And Dan is very interesting because he likes Breitenbach poetry, plays a little bit of guitar, you know, has this dream of traveling through Africa and just playing songs, but he also does some shady dealings on the side for his boss, Tiny Texeira, a.k.a. Mr. Big. Yeah, so that's Dan, basically.
Beautiful. Now, you play more than one character. I mean, what's it like getting your head around and then staying so focused?
Oh, you know, it was, initially it was a little bit tricky because we was kind of still figuring out lines and remembering things. Yeah. But once you get used to it, it's fine. Actually, it's my favorite part, actually, is getting to do the other little, little characters. You know, I mean, I play a master, you know, criminal in a black negligee and a red leather jacket. So, so that's been quite fun.
Like that. Yeah. But also, the time loop is fascinating in it, because I think like it's the day starts every day exactly the same. I mean, you need such tremendous focus and memory, I suppose, so that you can do it exactly the same constantly. I mean, tell me a bit about the preparation and the space that you're in your mind to be able to focus on that.
You know, it does feel like a marathon in your head once you're on there, but I guess through body memory it becomes easier. And also, we said in the beginning, you know, and we know it's only going to be the two of us, and we have to have each other's back. So, yes, sometimes we forget stuff, and sometimes things don't go according to plan, but most of the time, it's about body memory and you know, being in the story as such.
Yeah. Can we discuss that very racy, sexy? Because it's one thing, I think, happening in the movies, but on stage, like, I think you're fully aware that, you know, you're all fully clothed and stuff, but it's quite a lot.
I was just really relieved that it has to be a bad sex scene. You know, if it had to be the alternative, then I think my nerves would have been finished. Yeah. But it's, you know, it's nice. It's been great to work with Dean. We feel very comfortable with one another, so I think that's made a big difference. And, you know, we just approached it, you know, in a way that this is our work, but it's also hilarious. Yeah. So that made it much easier, I think, the fact that it was funny.
Why should people come and watch this play? And what is the magic, I suppose, that you have that just keeps on creating just such magic on stage?
Well, I think people should come and see the show because it's quite different. Yeah. I don't think we've seen this kind of writing in Cape Town before. And that's a tribute to the wonderful work of David Kramer. Yeah. And it was such a pleasure for me to just work with a great play. And the play has so many levels. It's very funny most of the time. It's very romantic at times, and it's philosophical. It moves you, and emotionally, you know, that's what's great about it. But putting it in the Cape Town context, I think, makes people smile because there's so much that you recognize. You know, you can really take the journey with them to all of these very familiar places. Yeah. So I think people in Cape Town who can come and see the play will really love it for that.
Yeah. And is there a possibility for it moving internationally? Are you going to take
well,
it
we
everywhere?
hope so. Yes, we hope so. But you know, at this point, nothing confirmed. But it's the kind, because it's a two-hander, it's the sort of thing that can play at an international festival.
Amazing. All of the details on Happy New Year will be on the Afternoon Express website. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you.
Really, really a fantastic place. The best of luck with the full run. Lovely seeing you again.
The inner drama student in me is beaming. I think Happy New Year is definitely a must-see, and I can't wait to be front row. Now, we head over to the kitchen for some mouth-watering sweet glazed chicken nuggets after the break. Plus, we check out the new LG Twin Wash washing machine that has truly answered all of our household prayers. But remember to engage with us on our social media platforms and tell us something you wish people knew so that they could understand you better. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page. See you after the break. Welcome back to Afternoon Express on SABC3, where the stage is yours. Now, with the night slowly becoming longer and daylight getting shorter each day, it's become clear that the seasons are indeed changing. But that doesn't mean that we need to stop enjoying the outdoors or entertaining. And these sweet, tangy chicken bites make perfect for picnic or cocktail snacks. So where do we begin, Amanda?
Okay, so where we begin is by making the sticky glaze.
Ooh, okay.
So how we start that is we put in the soy sauce.
Okay.
So don't have the heat too high. So have it like a low heat. And then you add the sweet chili sauce in there as well.
Can we use this kind of sticky glazed sauce for basically anything, like your chicken wings?
Yes.
I know people love...
Perfect with chicken wings.
Perfect,
like those sticky buffalo type of...
Yeah. And obviously with the ribs as well. I mean, if you're a meat eater, I think that this is definitely a sauce that you need to try at home.
Okay, let me just turn this up a little.
Okay, it's already smelling good. I'm such a huge fan of soy.
So this got a little bit of an Asian feel with the ingredients that we've used here.
What's this?
That is spring onions. So we're going to wait for this to just pick up a little bit of heat because we want it to be a little bit sticky, jammy.
Yes, okay.
And then we're going to add in the garlic and the ginger. Okay. And then we add this a little bit later because you want it to still have that little bit of crunchiness when
to it.
Freshness
Okay.
to the sauce, yeah.
I like that. And of course, we're making our life so much easier with preparing these chicken nuggets because Woolies have prepared the perfect, already pre-packaged nuggets that you can just stick into your oven, heat up, and then it's ready to go.
This sauce also can be prepared in advance, so you don't necessarily have to do it on the day that you're actually having the nuggets. So you can do it before, stick it in the fridge, and it helps it thicken up as well. Okay, so the best way to preserve it is in the fridge? Yes. Okay, perfect. So if you also want to try this at home and you want to get your hands on this recipe, SMS the keyword EASY to 33650 and you could be in the kitchen whipping it up. Perfect for a picnic, perfect for snacking, perfect for the kids' lunch boxes too, right? Absolutely. I like that. Okay, cool. So you're putting now we're adding in the garlic and the ginger.
Okay, I like that. Okay, perfect. And I can see that you also decorated it perfectly out there with some sprinklings.
Yes, that is our sprinkling. So the sprinkling layer has got some peanuts. There's some chilies, just to add a little bit of heat, just to bring some excitement to the party.
We always love that.
And then we've got coriander as well in there and some spring onions.
Also with some, So can I get... You can do that. Mixing in the meantime? Yeah. Okay, perfect. I mean, look at us. Teamwork makes the dream work in the kitchen. Whilst you're enjoying the heat, I'm making some nice sprinklings. But how do we stop it from sticking to the bottom like that?
See, hold on.
I don't want to make a mess in the kitchen.
Knock it. There you go.
Oh, aggression. Aggression is the answer.
A little bit.
Okay, I like that. All right, so how far are we with our sauce?
We are almost done. And then what we do now, once you see it getting a little bit sticky and a little bit jammy, then you add the chicken nuggets.
Oh, nice.
So if you could pass me the chicken nuggets.
So that's now?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And then we throw them in there. There's 2 spoons. Thanks, Anne.
Okay, cool.
Put them in there.
Obviously, the more chicken bites, the better.
The better.
Nice. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, I'll help you.
You stir there. I'll just turn it down a little bit.
Okay. And how long does it take to truly have the flavors be absorbed in the nuggets?
It literally, because the flavor is so intense, once it coats it, it is there.
It's enough.
It's enough. Okay, because the nuggets have been seasoned perfectly. They're absolutely delicious on their own. Even if you don't want to glaze, they're delicious on their own. Okay, but the glaze just adds just a little bit more pop to it.
Yeah, and also, I want to start dishing. So, dishing, what's the best serving recipe? I see that we have some carrots here.
We have some carrots here. Yes.
Okay.
So the carrots are for that little bit of freshness. So you put them on the base there.
Okay. I also think it's so cute how we're putting in little cupcake containers. I think this is so adorable.
Homemade tapas.
Homemade tapas, yes. And I think during the winter, everyone loves staying in. Yes. So you kind of want to enjoy good food with good friends and family. Yeah. And this is the way to do it. Okay, there we go.
Okay, there we go. So we make sure that they're all evenly coated.
I like that, I like that.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I'll just grab.
Yep.
And then start dishing, just like that. I'll put 2 in each cup.
Okay.
Because you can never have enough. Or actually 3.
We like 3s. When we
everything happens in 3s.
Yeah, we like 3s.
Okay, and then obviously we add our
sprinkling. You can put it in here first.
Okay.
And then from there, dish it out.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, that peanut smell is divine. And we'll also add a nice crunch to the dish too.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Okay, cool. There we go. Delicious. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Honestly, you came in with a bang for your first time in the kitchen. We're enjoying it. Oh, I love that. Whilst you're adding the last few touches, this is exactly what you need to try at your next dinner party or picnic. And to get the ingredients list and link to the recipe to your phone, simply SMS EASY to 33650. Save time by washing separate loads simultaneously. The Algae Twin Wash. Double the load, half the time. Now, housework. Let's not pretend that we love it. But yes, a little stress cleaning here and there can be therapeutic, but daily house chores can be so time-consuming, especially when you get home late. You still need to cook, and then, of course, get in a binge-watching session of your favorite series. And you have to do this all before a reasonable hour. I mean, Jeannie, how do your days look like?
My days are super, super, super full, but I managed to squeeze all of it in.
I mean,
Not all superheroes wear capes.
I mean, hashtag Jeannie in the kitchen. Jeannie in the laundry, though.
Yeah.
How good are you at laundry?
I'm really very terrible, actually.
Yeah?
Because you know why? I've got quite, like, finicky clothes. So I feel like I've got to be quite delicate with them, otherwise I can ruin them. Not to mention the fact that I don't know the difference between colours and whites, and so I've ended up with tie-dye laundry time and time and time again. It's just not my greatest skill.
I mean, listen, okay, a quick story. My mother is like a Nazi when it comes to housework. So she was just like, your delicates, you have to hand wash everything, because she's like, ain't nobody got the money all the time to be getting you new clothes because you ruin it all in the washing machine.
So are you very, very good with laundry? Is it like, do you have a whole laundry day?
100%, but now LG has made it even easier. I'm glad to say, Mom, we have graduated. Thank you to LG. So you're probably wondering what this huge machine is next to me. Well, let me tell you. It's like LG has been listening to all our thoughts all these years and then put everything that we've ever dreamed of in one machine. This here is a state-of-the-art LG Twin Wash. Listen and look carefully. This washing machine can do 2 separate loads in one time. And then it also has the functions of a dryer. This literally is a world's first. Yeah, 100%.
So you can fit in, okay, so
here
you
you can put your delicates, your baby's, you know, baby's clothing is so soft, and or your whites can come in here.
Undies.
You close it, it has its own settings here, so you can obviously time it accordingly. And then in here could be your more hectic washes, your jeans, your tops and stuff like that.
Okay, that's amazing. And then it can dry your stuff as well.
I mean, hello!
Taking it home with me.
I know. Now, look, Jeannie has already said that she's accidentally mixed in her colours when washing and her whites too. This, you don't have to worry about
tie-dye, fully cut. And you know what actually also happens is sometimes when you've got like a really nice white bra or a really nice white T-shirt, they can sometimes come out a little bit grey. That's why you need a good one of these.
You do need a good one.
Any greys.
Well, gone are the days where you have to wash the whites first, hang it up, wait for it to dry, and then only move on to the colours and so on. You can now do double the load in half the time. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, the LG Twin Wash also has true steam technology, which reduces 99% of allergens in your clothing, keeping your skin and clothing healthier for longer. The LG Twin Wash is the ultimate machine that has answered all of our household plans. And we're going to unpack all of this amazing machine and all its features for this entire week. But first, for now, you can visit Afternoon Express Facebook page for more. Save time by washing separate loads simultaneously. The LG Twin Wash. Double the load, half the time.
Now, vitiligo occurs in 1 to 2% of the population worldwide. It is often called a disease instead of a disorder, and that has had a significantly negative social and psychological impact on people living with it. After the break, we chat to dermatologist Dr Dilshaad Asmal, who will unpack the causes and treatments of vitiligo. welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, vitiligo is a skin condition that can affect the skin on any part of your body. It occurs when the cells that produce melanin die or stop functioning, and it affects people of all skin types. The condition is not life-threatening or contagious, but because of numerous misconceptions still present in large parts of the world, we have brought in Dr. Dilshaad Asmal to help us understand the condition a little bit better. So I know I gave like a very brief explanation on what it is, but if you could kind of flesh out for us, what exactly, especially if we're learning about it for the first time, what exactly is vitiligo?
Vitiligo is basically a loss of pigment in the cells. So the pigment is produced by cells called melanocytes, which I'd call brown cells, and the amount of pigment they have determines our color. So what happens in vitiligo, we have what I call an autoimmune response. That means the body recognizes the melanocytes as not being its own, an alien. So it causes destruction of the melanocytes. And as you mentioned, less than 1% of the population can be affected with vitiligo. I think it's also important to know that as it's an autoimmune disease where the body fights itself, there can also be other disease associations like thyroid disease, vitamin B12 disease, and a hair loss called alopecia areata. And let's not forget that vitiligo can be genetic. So it's a whole host of connected little dots that we have to think about when we see a patient with vitiligo.
Who is susceptible to getting vitiligo?
Basically, it has no predilection in terms of race or age. You know, age to a degree, they talk around 20 and younger, but again, it can happen at any age. So it's not, oh gosh, it's going to happen because this is my time in life.
Are people born with vitiligo, or when would they start to discover signs?
Some people are born with vitiligo, that's a known fact. And I think when the signs will be discovered is, especially in a darker skin, right, you're able to see the distinct color change between the brown normal skin and the white. And in my whiter patients, when they tan in summer, right, you'll see the normal skin tanning and the white being more accentuated.
Okay.
So it's more seen.
Yeah. Now, are there any other kind of symptoms? Like, do you feel it happening to you?
No, there is no sensation or anything like that. It's a procedure, a process that just happens, you know, with your brown cells of your body. And there's no warning sign to say, oh, you will be getting vitiligo.
Like, can it just be like one day you're in the sun and then the next day you start noticing little spots, or is it quite a sudden change?
Well, every patient is an individual. Some people will have rapid onset of disease, while others it can be slow with time. So, you know, to answer that question is extremely difficult.
Yeah. Are there any ways of treating it, and can you prevent it?
Vitiligo, unfortunately, there's no prevention. I think what's important for a person to know is that they need to embrace the disease because it becomes part of themselves. So, you know, we have good role models. Boitumelo, Winnie Harlow, the model, right? And they've all embraced vitiligo. So treatment options can be topical steroids, topical steroid sparers, that means cream that don't have steroids. We can look at light therapy, right? Narrowband UVB therapy, and also there's a type of laser called eczema laser. But, you know, there is no magic cure for vitiligo at all.
How effective are those treatments?
Again, it's an individualistic response. Some patients respond beautifully. Unfortunately, a lot of them don't respond at all. And, you know, when you're looking at people talk about skin grafts, taking skin, that's not practical at all. You know, in terms of the forerunners of vitiligo, we're looking at the Indians and the Germans, you know, who are trying to find cures. So surgery, I would say, is not really an option.
Okay. But it is livable. You don't have to be medicated, you know, to live with vitiligo.
No, not at all. And again, I come to embracing the disease. Because you have it, basically you have to own it. Because it's going to be part of your life. And it's there for a long period of time. Some people may have response to therapy where they repigment, but it doesn't happen very often. And I think you need to mentally prepare yourself for that.
When you get patients coming into your office, how do you treat them? And I mean, what do you say to them? Because I suppose that, you know, it's a physical thing as well, but I think it's quite a mental, psychological thing to deal with as well.
Definitely. I think that, you know, you feel that there's something wrong with you, and you feel that when you go outside, everyone looks at you because you have multicolors. And it is psychologically debilitating. Anyone's going to feel, you know, not great about that. And you actually have to tell them that, you know, there is help out there. We do have a South African Vitiligo Association. You know, we can do trials of therapy, but I think also it's important for the patients to know that there is no magic wand. That, you know, you have to be realistic about your treatment expectations.
And I suppose if you have to look at Boitumelo and somebody like Winnie Harlow, the embracing it is almost, it's so beautiful, actually.
Exactly.
What advice would you give to people who are experiencing a change and are developing vitiligo?
I think if you're young, it's actually very, very hard because of how your peers look, and appearance is the big thing in their lives these days. And it actually takes them, I think, far longer to really accept their disease. And unfortunately, you know, it's a shallow world out there. Life is so superficial. So by the time they fully and utterly accept it, they're in their 20s, 30s. But initially, it must be absolutely heartbreaking to know you have vitiligo.
And we've done so many shows on redefining beauty and how you see beauty. And I think, you know, your advice is also just helping with that as well. Thank you so much for being on the show. We're going to chat to you a little bit later.
Thank you.
And Jeannie, focusing on the same skin vein, we're focusing on skin conditions. Many struggle with sensitive and desensitized skin, and how to soothe and reduce these skin issues naturally. What's the difference, and how can we nurture our skin back to pH balance? Well, back in the loft, we have got the birthday girl, Nicole Sherwin, to break down these differences and create an all-natural, soothing skin balm. And of course, joining us is our gorgeous model, Anna, who also has sensitive skin. And I think she's been looking for something to kind of help and soothe it when it's itchy, irritated. What do you have for us?
Lovely. I've got a beautiful, very easy recipe that's cost-effective and easy to find. So,
I love that.
It's literally made up of olive oil, coconut oil, honey, turmeric, and some essential oils. And as we go, I'll tell you the different properties. So you literally want to take 4 tablespoons of coconut oil.
Okay, I've heard coconut oil is like the wonder to everything. It fixes alles.
It is absolutely wonderful, but not just by itself. When it's mixed with other ingredients, its healing properties come out even more.
Oh, I love that.
So very antibacterial and very healing and calming for the skin.
Okay.
Then we've got our olive oil. You're going to do about 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
And obviously for our viewers at home, if you want to try the soothing balm at home, the ingredients and the recipe will be up on Afternoon Express Facebook page and website. So head over and you can try this at home. You should have all the ingredients in your kitchen already, in your pantry. Just give it a try. I promise you. And I know is super excited to try it out.
Excellent. So then next is honey. Now honey is very well known to be antibacterial, antimicrobial, and very calming and healing for the skin as well.
Okay.
So we love to add some honey. And then turmeric. What?
Power food.
Wow, anti-inflammatory. So if there's any skin condition that's inflamed or hurting or it looks angry, turmeric is amazing to eat. So ingest it as well as putting it onto the skin.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
So we're putting that in there. That's 1 teaspoonful. And then I've added some beautiful, calming chamomile essential oils, because that, again, is just very soothing and calming for the skin. So all the ingredients...
You mix it. Whilst you're mixing it, what's the difference between sensitive skin and desensitized skin? I didn't even know there was a difference.
So the difference is with sensitive skin, it's really very much about skin that's inflamed, that has a condition that is feeling sensitive, and it could be painful or itchy. So it could be anything from rashes to eczemas to rosaceas, sometimes even swelling of the skin. It's very sensitive to touch. Desensitized skin is the total opposite. So it's many overuse of the skin condition that the skin sort of protects itself, so it desensitizes, so it almost becomes numb. So what you want to do is catch it before it hits there. You want to heal it first when it's sensitive. So again,
so I see that you've got a finished product for us. I'd love to try it on Anna.
With pleasure.
So that she can have a feel of the product and see that when it's all...
So it obviously looks very yummy and runny there. I popped this in the fridge. I made this yesterday and popped it in the fridge.
Okay, perfect.
So we're going to put some on your face, I think.
Don't look so scared. I was feeling some earlier, and it honestly, I mean, I don't have sensitive skin, but it's just something that I think the skin needs, you know, feeding it back health and wellness.
And it's not only for sensitive skin, you know, this type of treatment will just be wonderful for all skin types. And again, you can put this in your hair as well. So
I was about to ask.
Multi-use properties. I mean, I'm just going to put it on the one side so you can see what's happening here. So one thinks that you're going to turn yellow from the turmeric, but you don't.
Okay.
And what happens is the skin is a very intelligent organ, so it will absorb anything that's put onto it. So if you're putting on healing nutrients, it'll absorb it and it will do its own healing. So it's a lovely... lovely thing to put on.
This is incredible. I think I'm going to learn so much more having you in my back pocket. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us, Anna, and I truly hope that this is going to help you. This is quick. It's easy. It's easy on the wallet too, and your skin will be thanking you for it. Over to you, Jeannie.
After the break, we prepare some tasty Tres-Leches lime bars with Chef Aya. Plus, we continue the chat on understanding vitiligo with founder of Spotted Beauty and vitiligo spokesmodel Boitumelo Rametsi. Contact or connect with us on our social media platforms and tell us something you wish people knew so that they could understand you a little bit better. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page.
Clover fresh milk is way better. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, Monday's just got a whole lot better thanks to the superior quality of Clover fresh milk. We have the perfect treats that will brighten up your whole week with our Moorish Tres-Leches lime bars that is made super tasty picnic snacks, or can also be made for snacking in between meals, and it also can be prepared in a matter of uno, dos, tres minutes. Look at me, bilingual. SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe sent to your device. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs don't apply. I was really testing my language skills there, but we kind of pulled it together.
All right, so what we're going to do with our Tres-Leches, it's more basically because a lot of people are going to be confused with the words. So it's like Spanish for 3 types of milks. So now it's more of a Victoria sponge. I don't know if everyone should know Victoria sponge because it's famous for like, it's the basic sponge that everyone should know.
Okay.
So because I already have mine here, it's already done. So basically it's just flour. So you mix your flour, your baking powder, and your salt together on the side. And then on the other side, you take a bowl. You separate your egg white from your egg yolks.
Okay.
So you mix your egg yolks with the sugar, and then you cream them till they're nice and fluffy.
Ooh.
And then you add your bit of vanilla essence to get that nice aroma. And then after that, you take your milk. You add your milk with it. And then on the side, I've got here my evaporated milk. So a lot of people who are confused by evaporated milk, it's actually 60% of the water you get from your full cream, your full fresh milk.
Okay,
so it's just 60%. It's unsweet, so it's more like an unsweetened condensed milk.
I like that. All right. So the three milks would be then your evaporated milk, condensed milk, and then your cream.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm going to be adding some of this. So you bake your sponge in the oven for like 30 to 40 minutes on 180 degrees. So now I'm going to mix these together here. And also this process is more like when you're making malva pudding, you know, after baking it, you kind of make the sauce that's going to make the malva pudding go nice and soggy and so moosey.
I'll show you what I used to do growing up. When this happens, this happens.
Do it again, do it again.
Delicious.
It never gets old.
So decadent, okay?
So after
mixing it all in?
So after getting this out of the oven, you must wait for it to be like cool, not like really cold, like after 10 minutes to 15 minutes. And then you poke it with like, if you don't have this, you can use a spoon, a fork, a skewer, So with this, you're preparing yourself to add the liquid to it so that you can suck all the, it'll be nice and moist because you want it to nice and smooth and moisture.
Let's try that.
So we're going to try that quickly.
Okay. And then I see that we've got already some...
So that is plain whipped cream. That's going to be for our topping.
Okay, for our topping.
Yeah, and then we've got our lime zest with it and some nice icing sugar. So can you add some of that in there? Not all of it because we're going to need some garnishing.
Okay.
Not a lot of it. Well, a lot of it, but leave some. That's perfect. And then you can finish it off with our blender on the side.
Okay. Oop, I don't want to make a mess.
So after pouring your liquid on your cake, you can leave it for like 45 minutes so that all the liquid can go in and sink in and have nice flavors in there.
So whilst we're doing that, just to wrap up, there we go.
So you take this out, which I'm not going to do because we already have one that we made earlier on. So you take this out, you cut it in blocks, and then you top it with that.
You top it with this. Okay, obviously, I don't want to make a mess, but I kind of want to decorate. I want to start decorating. Okay,
you're going to do it from the pan.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
And then I'll help you with the garnish.
Perfect.
This is beautiful to make for kids after school, for Saturday snacks, for braai even.
Oh, yes.
I love braai
Entertaining
so much.
is what we're doing, even in winter.
Let's go all out with it.
Okay. Thank you, Aya. Teamwork makes the dream work, as I was saying.
And then we'll do our squats later.
And then we'll do our squats later. Oh, Aya, because you already know.
Let's bring it back.
Thank you so much. I'll remember to SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe sent to you. Here's a little reminder just in case you missed it.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, Boitumelo's journey with vitiligo began at the age of 12, when she started noticing vitiligo in the least visible areas of her body. Some years later, after going through a tough time with her appearance, she began a campaign to bring about awareness on vitiligo and started a Facebook page where she posted images without makeup as a way to express her self-acceptance and her journey. Her page has grown immensely and has contributed in spreading more positive awareness on vitiligo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So lovely to have you here.
Thank you so much.
What a journey you've been on. Take us to when you were 12 years old and you first started noticing differences.
Well, back then it wasn't really such a big deal. It was very strange, obviously. And I went to the doctor with my mom. They gave me some cream to put on it. And that was...
How did it start? Was it very noticeable at first or small? And how quickly did your changes start happening?
So it started on my tummy, and it was like the size of a 5-rand coin. And then it started appearing under my armpits, on my scalp, so very hidden areas of my body.
Yeah.
So growing up from that age to now, I didn't really have that much to worry about until I got out of high school, which was when it started actually spreading rapidly in visible areas, most especially my face.
Yeah.
So that's when I actually had to deal with the shock.
And what did it feel like? Like, what did you deal with? And I mean, I can't even imagine that. I think, you know, when you, as a woman, you think of how you feel about yourself and the importance that you put on your look. I can imagine it must have been quite hurtful to you. How did you cope with it?
It was quite hard at first. I mean, when I was younger, I'd get questions like, do you drink hot stuff? Which would be brandy. I know, right? And then getting out of high school, I started doing makeup. That's when brows and fleek became a thing. So doing that and covering up my face kind of worked and made sense.
Yeah.
But I'm a person that actually sweats a lot, so makeup wasn't my thing, and it became like a huge discomfort. And when I finally just had to deal with it and stop covering up and putting makeup on so people can be more receptive towards me, I chose to be more receptive to myself and then allowed the rest of the world to follow, and that's how it worked.
Because I think when you're used to looking at yourself in one way, you know your own face, but then, like, you are so beautiful, but I suppose you're just different to what you were used to looking like.
Yes.
So, I mean, tell me about your process of accepting yourself and really falling in love with yourself, I suppose.
Well, when it started out, my first instance, I got a really bad comment on social, which was someone who was just like, you look like you have semen on your face.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
well, that's a lovely human being.
Wow, it was quite shocking, but I read it, absorbed it, deleted it.
Yeah.
And then just going through the journey of me accepting myself, I started seeing a change in other people. So accepting myself made me more comfortable with myself, and I didn't have to worry or try to control everybody else's mind when they receive me.
I absolutely love how you love yourself, and I mean your Instagram is so beautiful. Like you embrace yourself, and it's such an amazing example of just accepting yourself and enjoying who you are as a person. I think it's such an important lesson for everybody to learn how to love yourself. Tell me a little bit about the idea of your campaign. How that came about. I mean, it is so beautiful.
Thank you. So initially when I started out, I had a Facebook page because Facebook wouldn't allow you to have more than 5,000 friends.
Yes.
So growing up, I was just that person that was popular. And then when I came about being spotted beauty was when I started identifying with myself. I spent a lot more time looking at myself and understanding how I look.
Yeah.
I made it more about me understanding and knowing who I am as opposed to letting everybody else make that decision for me.
Yeah.
So it's been a journey. It's been a lot of growth.
Yeah.
You grow from seeing that and then trying to understand what type of person you are, if you fit in. And at that time, there really wasn't that much representation at all, actually. You know, so it was a very internal thing to deal with first and then come out about it. So starting to seeing more people that are a lot like myself made me feel better and a lot more comfortable with myself, like Winnie Harlow, for instance. But that's like someone
she's
who's
incredible. But I mean, who's the guy in your campaign? Because he's magnificent as well.
Tevin Finn. Yes. Tevin Finn. So we met on social media.
Yeah.
And he followed me because he saw someone that looked like him too. And when I found out that he's just in Durban, I was like, I really have to go there. So I set the intention to go and see him and do work together, and because I could see the vision. And even though no one else could, but I was like, people love us together. Let's do something. And we did that, and it grew just from that intention and knowing exactly what it is that I was doing.
I want to know some of the positive stories that have come from your blogs and from this campaign. Have people been reaching out to you as well? That, you know, I can imagine like young people going through this. You are such an icon for them.
Oh, thank you so much.
No, it's true.
I definitely have received a lot of messages. In this journey, I've come to realize that I stand for more than just people that have vitiligo.
Yeah.
I stand for the big girls. I stand
but
for...
just beauty and body positivity and accepting yourself as beautiful.
Yes. So going through that journey, I realized that a lot of people are actually experiencing things that aren't so common to people, and society always makes you feel like you can't really talk about it or you can't really bring it out. I mean, for example, like Nasty C, who had something that he has to deal with, and it was very different. But being so different isn't what makes you like an outskirts or type of person that shouldn't be there, but it makes you beautiful, and it's what should be celebrated. We've been conditioned to living in such a way that we should all really be the same, but we're not. And I'm getting to that point where I'm celebrating everybody's difference. What makes you different is what makes you beautiful.
And you are so magnificently beautiful. I've just got one more comment. Your collaboration with Balie, your doll. Congratulations. What a beautiful, beautiful doll.
Thank you so much. And yeah, it was a magical experience receiving that doll. I didn't even think I would have that feeling when I opened it. And it just goes to show how representation is so important and how realizing that being the best version of yourself makes everybody be inspired to be the best version of themselves. And that's what matters the most. So working with them was great. And getting to give away that very same feeling, you know, to another little girl out there. Because, I mean, some girls and boys, it starts much younger. And some women my age are also still dealing with it. So they should have a doll. I mean, there's this idea that dolls are for kids, but you still have a child inside of you. And having something that represents who you are is the most amazing feeling in the world. So knowing that they wanted to collaborate and do something like that made me extremely happy.
Well, you are so beautiful and such an inspiration. You are absolutely the essence of what an Afternoon Express woman is all about. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to chat to you a little bit after the break as well.
What a stunning campaign with such a positive message, being proud, living in your own skin. So we continue the chat and the conversation after the break with our amazing guests. And you can still join in the conversation online and tell us something you wish people knew so that they could understand you better. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page. See you after the break.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and we are back on the couch with the exquisite spotted beauty, Boitumelo.
Thank you. And exquisite you are. Do you have a message to all your fans out there, everyone who's watching the show right now that is different or sees themselves as different and wants to embrace who they are?
Definitely. My journey and experience has made me realize that we're all spiritual beings having a temporary human experience. So you need to realize that your body is here to make you pursue your greatest passion and everything amazing about you.
Ooh. Thank you so much for being on the show. Best of luck with your blogs and your doll, which we all need. I'm obsessed.
Definitely. For my
Balie's my little doll.
Yeah. Except I don't keep quiet.
Exactly. She likes to answer back. Yeah. Thank you so much for being on the show. It was an absolute pleasure having you. And I mean, keep on keeping on doing everything you're doing because you are such an inspiration. Yes. We absolutely love you. So join us again tomorrow as we cook along with the soulful Butle Ndandomda, and we chat about her going solo after being a part of the successful Afro Soul trio, The Soil.
Huge fan.
Yes, she's amazing.
She's so cool, so absolutely talented. But we'll see if she's just as good in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm sure she's like challenge accepted. Thank you so much for tuning in, making our day every day. From us here at Afternoon Express, happy eating, good night, and God bless. Mwah, mwah.
Ciao. Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.